Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well as can be expected as we make all of our adjustments moving online. I just want to make a quick video of something I found that is pretty helpful, particularly when trying to schedule office hours. There's a program called Calendly, um, which has some integrations with Zoom, and right now they're actually offering the integrations for free through June. So there may be something in D2L that does something similar. However, um, I'm still learning all the ins and outs of this, and I've found that this works pretty well if you just need something to help get you up and running. But what that looks like is here I have my landing page, calendly.com/Michael Magnus, and I've set up where students can create either 15-minute or 30-minute meetings for my office hours. I did, as you'll notice there, I'll add some office hours in the afternoon for West Coast. But what that looks like is somebody will click on the time, and I have all of these different breakouts in. I chose a 15-minute meeting, so it has 15-minute segments. And so I'll just go ahead and schedule one so we can kind of see what happens there. But I'll choose 8 a.m. and it'll ask me for my name and my email and any particular notes. And then once that's scheduled, it will remove it from the available options. And there's integrations where you can add it to your calendar. So it actually will automatically add student meetings to your calendar when they kind of sign up for those. So how you would do this if you want to use this in particular program, I putzed around with it a little bit and figured it all out. So hopefully I can remember all the things I did to make it work. But I know one of the things that I had to do was go into settings in Zoom. And there's some changes you probably want to go ahead and make in there anyway, like the host starts with video and participants start with video. There's a few default things there that are useful, but here's the one that is particularly important for getting this set up, and that is use personal ID PMI when scheduling a meeting. And what this does is, if again I'm in Zoom right now, this allows whenever I schedule a meeting that it automatically sends a link to them for how to join that particular meeting. And so I'm not trying to create that every time. I'm not trying to create those links for everybody each time. So here I am in, I should probably log in real quick. Go to my account in Calendly, and it'll walk you through some of the setup things initially. It's actually really intuitive, and there's a few videos. And if anybody tries it and has any issues, please let me know. I'm glad to help. But what I did is I started with, after I set up the initial everything it asked, I started with integrations and I went to Zoom. And it will take you through a pretty intuitive connection. It's pretty easy to set up there. And then again, I had set up 15-minute and 30-minute meetings here. You can have 60-minute meetings. You can have 10-minute meetings. You can set it up however you want. But when I do those, there's several things I'm going to do here. So what is this meeting? Well, it's a 15-minute meeting, and here's an important piece. You want to change the location to Zoom after you've added it. Now, when you add this, if you've already set up your PMI and Zoom, and then you've integrated it, and then you add location to Zoom, when somebody signs up, it'll send them their own link to access the class. And here's what that email looks like. They'll get this email that comes in, and right now I'm still playing with some of the settings as far as the title email there. But what you can see is that it says time, where, and then it gives them the link on where they can click on to join you in that meeting. So there's a few other things I want to show you in here. You can add descriptions, you can add color, there's all kinds of things that you can do here. Most of them not as relevant for what we're doing, but there are a few things that I want to show you that do come in handy to know. So I'm just going back home to this particular thing, and I'm going to go to edit because I want to edit this meeting. Now when it's first set up, um, it uh, has a rolling 60-day calendar. Let me see where I fix that again. I apologize here. I think it's right here. Um, so what I did, I'm still in the edit event. I'm in event duration. But I'm going to change the date range here because it has a 60-day rolling calendar, and we're specifically kind of doing a particular date range. Now, something I want to point out is that if you just kind of click on one date, it will make it only that one date. And if you try to click it a date before or a date after, um, that's how you kind of get that range. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel because I already have mine set up. I don't want to change it. Make sure that you are in event time zone, that you're set for central time zone here. And let's say, for instance, that you want to add some hours. So for me, I set up all my hours in kind of the structure that they already were for the class established. But then I decided, you know what, like if my office hours at 8 a.m. for someone on West Coast, they're not going to want to do that. So I did add an additional hour in there, and made a note that those are kind of reserved for people in some of those earlier time zones. But it's pretty easy to add. I just added a new interval. I added the time, and then you can add it to specifically that day, or you can add it to all of those recurring events. Um, so yeah, pretty straightforward and easy to use here. And like I said, there's probably some similar integrations with D2L. Just haven't found those yet, and I found this to be a pretty quick and easy way to get things up and running so that students can schedule office hours remotely, and it streamlines the process. And so if this is helpful to anybody, great. And if you have any questions, I'm glad to answer them to the best of my ability. And yeah, let me know how I can help.